What's up everyone? I'm Jacob here, back for the final video from Series 12 on my channel, again featuring the Sandslash team. Had so much fun with the games here today. Don't want to give any spoilers out here in the introduction, but Sandslash goes crazy in these games today. Cannot express that enough. You can find all the games with the timestamps below. You can also find the rental code on the screen now, poke and paste in the description below. And while you're looking down there, go ahead and leave a comment for the question of the day, which today is, with Series 12 ending, let me know what Pokemon you're most excited to use in Series 13. For me, I'm really looking forward to using that shiny gift Celebi that came out with the Zarude movie. Maybe even that Zarude. Probably not on the same team, but in addition to the Celebi as well. Like to use some of those lesser thought of mythicals, the Jirachis and Celebis of the world that I don't think a ton of people are going to be running because in the current state of the metagame, not great. But yeah, with that too, it's kind of bittersweet ending Series 12. I've had so much fun in Series 12. I think there is still a lot of room for growth and experimentation in the series, even though we've been playing it for like 8 months now. But definitely going to be nostalgic for the days where Sandslash sweeps through all 4 of my opponent's Pokemon when we were running around with 5 mythicals, or 5 restricteds, and a Magearna on a team. That kind of crazy power. But yeah, had a ton of fun. Also played through a little bit more on my own just for fun while I got on the ladder. So I am in Master Ball finally here on August 28th. So finally got up to Master Ball, got some opponents who do actually have 2 restricted Pokemon on their team that I'm facing in today's video. So definitely makes it a lot more interesting for the battles that I had today. But that's going to be pretty much everything for the introduction. Thank you again so much for clicking on the video. Really looking forward to the games that you're about to watch, and we'll just get right into it. Alright, first game of the day, and it looks like other people are trying to close out Series 12 with some interesting things too. So we do see... I'm going to bet Weakness Policy of Yveltal with like a Volt Switch Raichu, but it could be Weakness Policy on the Kyogre too. I would lean Yveltal though. The Excadrill I think is very fun. So I don't know if I want to set the Sand up. If they have a potential Sand Rusher on their side too. And the Inteleon. Calyrex kind of goes bonkers here if I can get Trick Room up. So, I think that's the game plan. As if there was ever a question about it. But I kind of really like a Sandslash Palkia lead with Calyrex and Alchemy's hype. Porygon's better and more consistent. So trying to decide which route I want to go there. They don't really have any sleepers, so I don't have to worry about that too much. Yeah, P2's just so much more consistent. But leading the Sandslash gives us the opportunity. We live on a Focus Sash. If we can either live on Sandslash's Sash, get Trick Room up, and then put in a little bit of work with Sandslash immediately, or just Dynamax straight away, max Rockfall, get the speed advantage that way. I think is the way that we're going to approach this, as it's Yveltal Excadrill, which is interesting. Yveltal Excadrill, I think Sandslash is in a pretty good spot. Also, crazy that this is what you're seeing here in Series 12. You got your restricted, and then you're just your little ground boy. Your little boy who loves to dig holes. But Sandslash I don't think is in too much danger here. They would have to double up to get the KO anyway. So I do really like a Swords Dance and a Trick Room here. They could be Taunt Yveltal. They are gonna max. I don't remember whose Pokeball that is. Duskball making lean towards Yveltal, but could be either. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna get Trick Room up, unless they double up into Palkia and do some big damage that way. But even if they double, I don't know. Depends. Depends on how much damage this Yveltal's gonna put out. But it's a Metal Sound. That's what it is. It's Metal Sound into Max Darkness, which is gonna do a ton, and it is gonna one-shot. Okay. So, How fast is Excadrill? Is that Scarf? Is that Scarfed Excadrill is my question. As Yveltal does lose some HP there. Sandslash, if they're max speed on Yveltal, which they probably are in this comp, does not outspeed under Sand, which is something that we found out last time we played with the team. So, I feel pretty alright with... See, copy Dark Aura, which doesn't do too much for me. I feel pretty alright just like maxing Max Rockfall into the Yveltal. I think going for another Trick Room with P2. On the bright side, you know, of course we did lose Palkia immediately. But we still have our Focus Sash, and we're at +2. So we are going to Rockfall into this Yveltal. See how much damage we can do. It's probably not too much, but we'll... If I set the Sand up, do I really want Trick Room is the thing, because we're going to outspeed Kyogre. So honestly, we'll just Foul Play into the Yveltal too. We'll just double up into that slot. Hope for the best. Definitely a weird first game, and I got caught off guard big time by that Excadrill turn 1. But if they are locked into... What's it called? If they're locked into Metal Sound, like if they are Choice Scarf, then I feel pretty good. But I know Excadrill is like deceptively kind of quick. They are going to Metal Sound into the P2. So they're just ignoring the Sandslash. And at -2, I mean, a Life Orb Yveltal might just KO the P2 here. Yeah. That's super strong. Yveltal's like very casually very strong. But this does mean we get the Sand up. We'll see next turn if they are max speed Yveltal. And we're going to do some big damage. Yeah, I didn't expect that to KO, but we're going to see if they are max speed. And we'll see if Sandslash can pull out this 1v4, because I'm not expecting Calyrex to really do too much here. Actually, Calyrex is kind of the perfect bait, because Calyrex is kind of the perfect bait here, because they aren't going to be able to one-shot Sandslash, even with, you know, even if they like Metal Sound here, we'll be at -4 because they do have that Focus Sash. If they take out Calyrex, then we pick off Yveltal. We're going to be faster than everything in the back. Not actually, we're not going to be faster than the Raichu. We're not, okay, we're only going to be faster than Kyogre in the back. We're going to Rockfall again. And we're going to Glacial Lance. Yes. Yveltal still is going to survive Life Orb Recoil plus... Yveltal's still going to survive Life Orb Recoil plus Sand Chip. But we are faster with the Sand up. Huge. Massive. They're not max speed Yveltal. That's why you always got to run Timid, never run Jolly. Or never run Modest, is what they do. So we get the KO there with the Sand up. Now this is going to come out. Because the Excadrill is faster than Sandslash, they are Choice Scarf. So that's good knowledge. That's like something very good to know. We just pick up the KO too. That might be bad. That might be bad for us. Because I would have loved to keep the Excadrill on the field as just a useless slot. Trick Room that turn would have been great. Because it's going to be Raichu and Kyogre. What we have to do here is set the Sand up again. So we're going to Protect the Calyrex and set the Sand up here. If they double into... Well, we're both at -2 special defense, so Calyrex is going to go down to a Water Spout. Sandslash is going to be brought down to Sash. If they double into Sandslash, that's the game. But they might not be expecting the Focus Sash. And that's what we're riding on here. So we're going to Rockfall into Kyogre and Protect. Protect just to keep Calyrex hanging around. It really does nothing for us except They fake out into the Calyrex. Okay. Water Spout's going to come out into that Protect. They're going to see the Focus Sash here. Sandslash coming back 1v4. As they're brought down to Sash. But we get our Sand up. At almost KO's Kyogre. They might be in range of the Sand Chip this turn. And if that's the case... Because Raichu had a potential Focus Sash broken there, Kyogre's going to go down to the Sandstorm, and Raichu can't target both. So if we just, like, if we Earthquake and Glacial Lands here, I think we just win. The Sandslash comeback? No way! That's why you don't disrespect Sandslash. Never disrespect the Slasher. Oh wow, and that's why we put Focus Sash on it too. You get to see the Focus Sash completely winning us this game. Because there's no way Raichu's going to be able to knock out both. And they just cancel the battle. They don't even let me get the satisfaction of the final KO. Wow. That's great. I was thinking, like, you know, after that last video, like, how are we going to top the Sandslash complete sweep getting all 4 KOs? The Sandslash 1v4 comeback. Kind of huge. Yeah, I'm just going to be in shocker with that one for a little bit, but take a little bit of break. I'll see you in the next battle. All right, after that last one, I want to reiterate, we're in Master Ball. You know, we are playing against some of the better players on the ladder. The problem is that now we're matched up with rank number 215, which, you know, as you can guess, is pretty significantly higher than where I'm at in the ladder right now. It is Solgaleo, Kyogre. The Comfey is annoying. I don't think Sableye gets Shadow Sneak, so I don't know if they have a way to activate a weakness policy on Solgaleo. Could still be policy. Especially with the Comfey support to keep healing it back up. So definitely want to play around that. Again, Sandslash looks kind of nice here. Sandslash looks kind of nice. Palkia is definitely going to be the more important piece. I may still max the Slasher. Let's, you know, we'll play it by ear on that one. Palkia Sandslash lead. Where does that get me? I definitely want to lead Palk. To put on some pressure against the Solgaleo. Porygon 2, I like a lot as well. Yeah, Palk P2, and then we go Sandslash for the Focus Sash. And is it Calyrex is the last? I think it is. With the high horsepower. So we've got a lot of ways to hit the Solgaleo super effectively, and especially if they are weakness policy, the foul play on Porygon 2 could be huge. So I think... Oh, they had the Tornadus. Duh. As another way to activate a policy. Took me a second on that one. But they had the Brutal Swing on Torn. So we'll see, like, Torn Solgaleo, Sableye Solgaleo makes a lot of sense too. Probably Taunt Sableye, which isn't great. We're gonna trace Full Metal Body. Would much rather have Prankster. What we can do, though, with Palkia P2, because I would expect them to want to taunt Porygon. And just max and try to get some boosts on Solgaleo. I could be really aggressive here. Max Quake into Solg and Foul Play. And I think I do. I think I do want to do that. Max Geyser's a lot safer, because I don't activate a policy. But then P2's just stuck on the field because a Foul Play would activate and it wouldn't do too much. So we are going to go Quake and Foul Play. Anticipating Porygon 2 to be taunted. They could also Fake Out. Yeah, okay. Now I don't love this play as much. Now I'm not as into this play. Because they could just Fake Out P2. But we'll see. We'll see how things go turn 1. Solgaleo is going to be faster than Palkia, which we expected, but it's good to confirm that, so we aren't going to give them a policy this turn, at least. Or for this attack. This turn. And even if they do, like, Max Quake, they're not going to pick up a KO with Solg. Yes, they're going to boost their special defense, but Palkia is just strong. Even without the Life Orb, you know, we're still going to do some pretty good damage. So, you know, we'll see what the Sableye does. I think it really hinges on that. As they do Shadow Sneak, okay, so they activate their own policy. Yeah, that's something I didn't know if the Solgaleo or if the Sableye got Shadow Sneak. I mentioned that right off the rip. But Max Quake, I don't think KO's P2. Yeah, we take that super well. So they are going to get the special defense boost, but I think we knock out the Solgaleo this turn. Depending on their defensive investment, which it doesn't look like they have a ton of investment in their attack. Looks like they're going to be pretty bulky, so this is going to be close. I think the foul play is going to be close here on if we are able to pick up this KO. But it comes through, and it does. Porygon 2, so strong. Man, I mean, you saw that in the Little Fruit Lessons team draft video I just posted too, but yeah, foul play on P2 is massive. So, you know, we're not going to see the Sandslash, we're not going to see the Slasher Dynamax this game. But a late game Sandslash could still be huge. Just have to position that correctly. But with the Focus Sash, I think, you know, we can do some really cool stuff. And now I think they're just trying to figure out what to do. Definitely Kyogre in the back for them. And the last, it was what? Tornadus, Rillaboom, Comfey? None of those you really want to bring out here? Yeah, the Comfey... Comfey doesn't do too much for you here. As P2... I think I don't want to set up Trick Room before I knock out the Sableye. I just really want to get rid of the Sableye. So I am going to Geyser into that slot. Comfey really doesn't scare me too much. And we'll just recover here. Because I'm assuming the Sableye is going to be Focus Sash, but they're just going to cancel. Palkia P2, too strong for them there. No Sandslash, but we got another big dub against a pretty highly rated opponent. So that's pretty cool. But we'll go on to the third battle. Alright, third one of the day, and I was going to say pretty standard Calyrex-Zacian, but the Urshifu there is a little spooky. Urshifu there, I'm not a huge fan of. Assuming Urshifu Dark, but on this team comp, they don't have a water type, so, you know, you could go Rapid Strike Urshifu. Yeah, because I've already got the Indeedee that could have potential like Shadow Ball coverage, already beats opposing Calyrex-Shadow Riders. The Incineroar is a Dark type already. So it could be either on the Urshifu. If it's water, Palkia goes crazy here. And Sandslash is looking in a pretty rough spot. Sandslash is just not good in this matchup, which is really unfortunate. We've been recording, so as long as this battle like doesn't go to timer, I'll probably do one more in this episode, and that'll be the Sandslash finale. But we'll go Instant Pulk, I think immediately feels really good. P2 and Calyrex. Yeah, I haven't brought Alchemy yet out here today, but especially in this matchup, like against a Calyrex-Shadow and a Zacian, the game is so position heavy, and Alchemy really likes to, you know, Alchemy, similar to Porygon 2 in some respects, likes to kind of sit on the field and just help out. But we really need to be able to switch. You know, we need to have, like, the Incineroar just keep parting shot cycling. We need to have, you know, Palkia P2 setting up Trick Rooms, Calyrex coming in, blasting a couple of holes, then getting out of there. So, we'll see. We do lead Incin. The Porygon 2 would have been a very nice lead here, but I think I'm just going to switch out Palkia immediately into the P2. Yeah, I mean, this is just going to be like a classic Trick Room, don't know, hyper offense, but definitely offense from them. But we are going to see the Indeedee's faster than our Incineroar, so they are not min speed, which is cool. Just good information to know. But yeah, I think the Calyrex could... Yeah, I mean, like, Cali could do a bunch of different things here. If they're specs and have Mud Shot, it's a little bit scary for the Incineroar, but I was going to say we have the Shuka Berry, but it doesn't matter. we are going to Parting Shot into the Calyrex immediately and swap out into P2. Because if they do Astro Barrage, if they are like Specs, Astro Barrage, and they Helping Hand with Indeedee, that's just going to do too much damage to Palkia. Even if we Dynamax, that does way too much. We're going to trace Psychic Surge. Doesn't really matter what we trace here. No Follow Me from them, and it is just an Astro Barrage. Goes into the Incin, and that's not too much, so that's great. Yeah, just Astral Expanding Force trying to just do a bunch of damage to Palkia immediately, which you love to see. So we're going to Parting Shot into the Cali now. We get our Palkia back in, with Calyrex now at -1 special attack. P2 is on the field and looking pretty nice. P2's on the field and wants to stay there. I would imagine Zacian Incin are their last two, especially if it is Water Urshifu. So Incin could be a switch in here, especially if I set up Trick Room. And the Zacian, of course, always in the back. But that's why we got the Roseli Berry, why we got the Babiri Berry. Our Restricteds aren't too scared of the Incineroar. I am just going to max Geyser for big damage here and set up Trick Room. Because I can either knock Calyrex down to Sash or catch an Incin switching in. No switches from them. So likely not... What is it? Well, likely not going to be Specs on Calyrex or Choice in any matter, but I think Scarf Calyrex is... It's definitely beaten me a couple of times on Showdown, but I don't like it. I don't think it's that great. As we're gonna max Geyser, so they're trying to Trick Room my Trick Room here. They have to be Sash, or they just live that, which is crazy. As cats are getting fed now. Expanding Force, they are gonna Trick Room my Trick Room. Okay. I mean, good play for them, you know. And without the Life Orb, we don't bring them down to Sash with the Max Geyser either, so that's just information to know, for sure. I don't think there's any reason to not click Trick Room again. I'm going to Geyser the Indeedee here. I'm going to Geyser the Indeedee and just click Trick Room again. If... Let's see. They Helping Hand, so they're probably going for like Helping Hand Expanding Force here. I think P2 should still live that. Yeah, we still take that pretty well. As we were going to get a Geyser off into this Indeedee. I can't remember if we saw Psychic Seed immediately. I don't think we did. Yeah, we definitely didn't. As they just go down right to that. Huge, because that means we are in a position to pick up a KO on that Calyrex next turn, and we do get the Trick Room up. So you love to see that. Anything they want to bring in here is not gonna love taking this Palkia's Max Geyser as it is the Incin. Yeah. I mean, with Incineroar on the field here, it's just too easy to max Geyser and then foul play into the Calyrex. Incin could fake out Porygon 2 to keep Calyrex around, as, yeah, they're just gonna forfeit there. Definitely wasn't over, but getting Trick Room up against a team where, you know, I'm already up in the Pokemon count, I have Trick Room, Calyrex is gonna go down, or the Incin's gonna go down. That turn, I think it's really... They were going to be in a really tough spot there, that end game. So maneuvered it very well. Just, you know, closing out Series 12. Couple of Sandslash games. Couple of, you know, turn 1 forfeits. And then just a nice, well-played Trick Room game. So you love to see that. Definitely going to do one more, though. So, you know, second video in a row, you get 4 battles. Very excited. Alright, last one of the day, and it's another Zacian Calyrex-Shadow Rider. Looks like on a team like this, I would expect Defiant Thundurus, but I know that support Thundurus, especially on more offensive team comps where you do have like the Rillaboom, who's going to provide a secondary offensive mode. Support Thundurus has kind of picked up in popularity again towards the end of the format, as you know, it always does. But Yeah, it's another one. I have to bring Sandslash. I have to bring Sandslash because that's the whole point of the team. I have to bring Sandslash. Calyrex looks pretty good here to beat that Rillaboom, and also, you know, how else am I going to deal damage into Gastrodon? But if we go Slash Palkia Incin Calyrex, that would mean no Alchemy this whole video, which would be a little bit of a bummer considering how much it did last time, but it's just not great. These just aren't great matchups for it. But I think that is the move. Go Slash Palk Incin Cali. Yeah, I go Slash Palk Incin Cali. I think that's a good way to end it out. As we're going to bring both Restricteds this time, just because we need the damage output. P2 could have been nice here, but it does struggle a little bit against, you know, the sleep spam from a Gastrodon if they just want to keep yawning everything, as they go Zacian Incin. Zacian Incin I think I'm fine with, because what we're going to do is... What we're going to do... I think I'm going to... Yeah. Okay, cool. Running through everything in my mind as we're seeing all of the turn 1 or turn 0 moves come out, our abilities. Because we have the Roseli Berry, we're going out into our own Incineroar for the Sandslash, knock the Zacian's attack down, and we're just going to Geyser into the Incin. If they brought Gastrodon and they switch it in this turn, kudos, great move. But if that's not the case, then the Incineroar is gone. Sandslash is going to be poised to do a ton in the end game here with that Focus Dash still active. And Palkia's not going to take that much damage between the Intimidated Zacian and our Roseli Berry. So I feel pretty good about this. Again, Gastro switch in turn 1 could be rough. But I think a couple of things working for me, as we shouldn't see any switches on their end unless they're like min speed Incin. Because our Sandslash again EV'd to underspeed all opposing Incineroars. Yeah, my thought process on this turn for them would be, you know, you want to just put on offensive pressure with Zacian, that's why you lead it. A Zacian Play Rough into a Palkia that doesn't have a Roseli Berry is going to do a ton. And with their Incineroar, you've got Fake Out pressure. You probably want to just like fake out the Incineroar, or fake out the Sandslash, because you're a little bit scared of it, but you could try to fake out... you're going to Behemoth Blade, probably into Palk. Okay. That still does less damage than... actually, with the Roseli Berry, it's about even. But it does less than a Play Rough would have done. As we are just going to get Max Geyser, the Incin, knock it out turn 1. Beautiful. Not having to deal with the Incineroar for our Calyrex and our Sandslash in the back is huge. So that's why I really wanted to prioritize knocking that Pokemon out. Again, now we're set up really well, where we have Fake Out pressure this turn. We still have a Roseli Berry, so we're not too scared of the Zacian, and we got the Incineroar in before the Thundurus. So all of this is great. All of this is working on our favor. The Thundurus is still a little scary. Thundurus is still a little scary. I can't Parting Shot it. And I don't want to swap Incin out. So we are going to... I kind of want to just double into Thundy. But... yeah, I think I'm fine. I will Throat Chop Thundurus because I think they could protect Zacian here. So I do want to get a little bit of damage, and in the rain, our Geyser should still KO Zacian. Or, if they swap Zacian out, it isn't a Gastrodon, though. So no Calyrex this game. No Calyrex this game. But they do have Gastro. Which means that we don't have great damage into Thundurus. Because our Wyrmwinds are just going to give it attack boosts. So not great for us, I'm gonna say, with them having Gastrodon here. As it is a max Knuckle, it's going to go into Incin. Shouldn't KO. Because they're neutral and we're still at full. But from this turn, the Thundurus is going to get an attack boost. Their Life Orb. Thundurus is getting an attack boost. The Gastrodon is getting a special attack boost. And all we're doing is getting just a little bit of chip on the Thundee, which honestly, that's not bad damage. I'm not upset with that damage at all. Incin, because we have the resist berries on Palkia and because we have the resist berries on Palkia and Calyrex, Incin's not terribly important in this end game to get the Intimidates down onto their Zacian. So I'm just going to Throat Chop into Thundurus again. And if I get Throat Chop plus Wormwind off this turn, Thundurus goes down, which would be so nice. Even if I don't get Throat Chop off, I am going to Wormwind. Yeah, I am going to Wormwind Thundurus just for damage. Because Airstream into Palkia here feels super likely. They're going to get a lot of damage, but it's not going to KO. Their Gastrodon will outspeed Incin now, which I don't love. But with our Shuka, I think we still have a pretty decent shot to live an Earth Power into the Incineroar. So we're going to drop some attack. You don't love to see it, as the Thundurus is going to get their attack boost there. But the other thing about this play is they Earth Power, it goes into the Incineroar. We have our Shuka. Do we live this? They are at +1 special attack. So it's close. We do at 5 HP. Let's go. That's exactly what we're looking for. Throat Chop into the Thundurus. Picks it up. Great. If the Earth Power KO'd Incineroar there, we're in a little bit of a trickier position, but what we have going for us is that our Sandslash still has the Focus Sash, so we can bring Sandslash in the next turn against a low health Thundurus and a Gastrodon. Then our Sandslash will be able to Rock Slide, take out the Thundurus. You know, they would have to double up into Sandslash to KO it, but that also means but with them doubling up into Sandslash to pick up that KO, they are not KOing Palkia, so we can get that KO there. The tricky part this turn is that they do have a double KO staring them. They have a double KO going for them here. I want to keep Sandslash's Focus Sash. I think that's going to be pretty important here in the end game. I'm going to go hard Calyrex for the Incin and just try to set up Trick Room. I think they go Play Rough or Sacred Sword. Sacred Sword's the more consistent play. So it'd be like a Sacred Sword into Palkia, Earth Power into Incineroar. Because they had both of those Pokemon pinned. But they sub with Zacian. They sub with Zacian and Earth Power into who? It does go into Palkia, so they do pick up that KO. The sub is bad. The sub is pretty bad. As we go to Sandslash. Not great. Sub's pretty bad. Actually going Incin there was better because then we could fake out Gastrodon, and we know that Zacian with the Behemoth Blade isn't going to KO Calyrex, even though they're immune to the Intimidate. So Incin was the better switch in there for the fake out. Okay. We have to get Trick Room up. We're just going to protect Slash too. Because they could not think about Babiri Berry here. Just Behemoth Blade into the Calyrex, and then try to Ice Beam into Sandslash. And again, I want to keep that Focus Sash around. So, we do see the Behemoth Blade come out. It's not going to KO. It's still going to do a lot. Is that a crit? Yeah, okay. I was like, that still does way more than it should with the Babiri Berry. As the Earth Power does go into Sandslash, so we get Trick Room up. Okay. Okay. Rain stops. We're still not in a great position. Glacial Lance, if they are bulky Zacian, will likely not break the sub. Yeah, which isn't great. Glacial Lance probably won't break the sub. It will do good damage into Gastro, and we can always go for Rock Slide flinches. I could also Swords Dance. And be hype. I think Swords Dance. I think going for Swords Dance because they're going to protect Zacian. And probably just target down the Calyrex with the Gastrodon. So we aren't going to break the sub. Which is unfortunate, and because our Sandslash is actually slower than our Incineroar, we don't get to target with the Incin first. But that's good damage into Gastro. As we get our Swords Dance off, so with the speed boost, of course, Gastrodon's going to move after Sandslash under Trick Room. They're going to Earth Power into the Calyrex to secure that one. But I think Sandslash can do this. I think Sandslash does this here. Because we still have our Focus Sash. And that's the most important part about this Sandslash. Zacian's immune to the Intimidate. We have, what, 3 turns? Yeah, 3 turns left to Trick Room. I think Sandslash wins this. Because the Zacian can't protect this turn. Earthquake's going to knock out Gastrodon. We do fake out Gastro just for a little bit of chip, just in case it matters. But Earthquake's going to knock out Gastrodon as well as our own Incineroar. It'll also break Zacian's sub, so they would need a double protect with Zacian to win. I think Sandslash might pull this one out for us. Right here at the end of the game. No protect coming out from their side. We get the fake out onto Gastrodon. Let's see this Earthquake come through and just decimate the entire field. By Incineroar, by Gastrodon, by Zacian's sub. The thing is, if Zacian subs here, actually, they could also win. Maybe. Zacian's going to Behemoth Blade, so they need the double protect now. Because there are 2 turns left to Trick Room here. They're going to Behemoth Blade, it's going to go into Sandslash. Might not even bring us down to Sash. It doesn't. But we do have the Focus Sash, is the important part. So now, 2 turns left of Trick Room. They're going to protect here, but there's no reason to read into that. Single target Earthquake is more than enough here at +2 with Sandslash. They're going to protect. They need the double next turn to be able to live this Earthquake. Oh, wow. Sandslash finds a way. This is so... Oh, man. Come on, don't get the double. They don't get it. They don't get it. Sandslash is going to win this game for us. That's huge. Oh, man. What a way to end Series 12. Let me tell you, Sandslash, just when I think I can't top the last video I made with it where it just sweeps the whole team, as they just rage quit there as soon as they don't get the double protect. Wow. Again, what a way to end Series 12. Communication interrupted. And the thing is, like, going 4-0 in this video, I made my way, like, pretty high compared to where I usually sit on the ladder. Like, we'll quit battling. We'll see where I finished up in the ranks, where I wasn't quite top 1,000, but that person was, like, around 600. So this probably boosts me top 1,000. But so, like, these are people who, here at the end of Series 12, are, you know, trying to make the climb towards the top of the ladder. Pretty nice. Honestly, not top 1,000, but pretty nice. But yeah, man. So I can imagine Sandslash coming through and beating your team once you get Trick Room up. Can be a little bit frustrating. But that's why we run Sandslash here, and you should get on the wave with the final, like, day of Series 12. But yeah, super hype. 4-0 with Sandslash here to close it out. Couldn't ask for a better time with the Slasher. And so, one last time, let's get the rental code just in case you want to sneak in some more battles with Sandslash before the end of this month. There you see it one last time here on the channel, the Slasher team. The Sashed Slasher just running through teams. Didn't get to see Alchemy at all today, but Slash showing that it doesn't need that much support. You know, you can crit my Calyrex, make me knock out my own Incineroar, and Sandslash is still going to win the end game against two Pokemon that really should beat it 1v1 10 times out of 10. So absolutely super fun set of games today. Did not expect to go 4-0, and not only with the turn 1 forfeit, the turn 3 forfeit, and the Rage Quit there at the end, you know, you're getting to see what Sandslash does here. Absolutely super, super fun. Again, answer the question of the day down below. Let me know what Pokemon you're most excited to use here in Series 13. And I think that's just about it. You know, Sandslash, kind of hype. Kind of fun. Definitely the most fun I've had with a set of games here between the last video and this one. Definitely the most fun I've had using a team on this channel. So very, very excited to close out Series 12 this way. And, you know, here's hoping that Series 13 provides us even more opportunity for some more fun. Some more, you know, gimmicky stuff. I've got a couple of ideas cooking up that I'm really excited for. So again, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you think that I'm doing a pretty good job, which, you know, I don't know what more I could have done than go 4-0 here today for you. But that's, again, gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for watching through the end of the video, and I'll see you next time.